Welcome back to the channel. Taking off straight from where we left the last video. We've got all the M5 suspension out, and what we're going to do today is get it all stripped apart, get the bits sent off the powder coating, like some from front subframe, anti-roll bars, basically any steel bits that can be done. And then what we're going to do then is look at stripping the back axle down as well, down to its piece format. And then we can look at rebuilding it and doing the upgrades on it as well. So yeah, stay tuned and we'll get cracking on stripping the front subframe down. The wheel bearing bolts are really difficult to get out, as they poke through the front of the bearing, and then over the years they corrode, swell up, and then it makes it even tighter to come out. So yeah, watch this. That's how tight they are coming out, and they're like that all the way out. So I expect to be here for quite a long time. Last one, getting close. Hallelujah. So yeah, basically the bolts go rusty round there, and then it's trapped that side, so you have to pull all the rust all the way through, and yeah, takes a while and it's killer, but yeah, we got there. Okay, so you've seen enough of me fighting to get this off. All the ball joints were pretty tight, seized in there, and the track rod, all the arms are going, so just don't worry about the boots, just smash them off. So I'm going to do the same again on the other side now, but I won't bore you with that because you've seen it once now. Same process, but this hub is scrap, so all I'm going to do is pull the damper out and leave the arms on the hub, and well, I might even leave the damper in, to be fair. There's no reason it doesn't need to come out. But yeah, I'll get this side stripped apart and then we'll look at just getting off the drag link and the steering box and the anti-roll bar. Once the anti-roll bar's out of the way, you can get to the wishbone bolts, because they're actually trapped in by the anti-roll bar. Brilliant BMW design. So yeah, we'll get everything else out and then we'll be able to get the old arms out, so I'll do that now. Okay, so this is why this hub is no good. It's actually split the casting across there. This was off another car, so I did have to rob the one off this suspension originally to get that car back on the road. But I've got a replacement hub that isn't split. But yeah, it's because the bolts obviously corrode within the hub. I think it's more the hub, just dissimilar metals, and it just expands. And then it just pops the hub there. So it's about the 4th or 5th car that I've seen this on now. So it's getting more and more apparent with age that yeah, stuff like this is going to be a problem. So that's why I spent so long just working back and forth with the bolt on the other side to try and save the hub, and it looks okay. I'll have to go for a closer inspection, but yeah, that's something to be wary of. Yeah, it's just happening more and more as the cars are older now, so yeah, just take note of that, especially if you're changing your suspension. Just have a look, because yeah, you'd hate for that to come apart while driving and yeah, just having a horrible accident. So yeah, just a little public service announcement about that really. Okay, so now at the stage I've got the driver's side hub off, taking some of the heat shields out of the way so we can get better access to the steering box. I've undone the steering box bolts, so a bit of an odd size, 15mm, must be something to do because it's steering and BMW's wisdom. Okay, so the first thing to get out is the centre drag link in the pitman arm. What I'm going to try and do is split these with this still fixed on the car, because I think it'll be easier, and the same here. So I'll do that now. Nice and easy that one was. Okay, so that's the drag link out. Well, yeah, centre drag link, to be fair. That side's a bit worn. This side, a bit better. It's holding its shape, basically that's how to tell if it's good. If the joint's worn, it will just flop like that side. So yeah, that needs replacing. Next bit we can then get out is the anti-roll bar. I think I'll pull the pitman arm out first and get the steering box out of the way, and then I'll be able to get this out. Okay, so that's one front subframe all stripped, ready for powder coating. There's just a few clips to pull off here and there, so I'll get them sorted out. And obviously any threads for powder coating, you've got to make sure you've got nuts on them. So there's a couple here, there's one just in there that holds the power steering line in, but yeah, that's all stripped, ready to go and ready to send off to powder coating. Next job is the rear subframe. Okay, so we're on with the rear axle now. First job is going to be the drive shaft nuts. When it's out of the car, I whack a screwdriver in the end of the disc to lock it off against the top of the carrier there, and 36mm nut here. Just going to knock the teeth out first and then try and give it a go to undo it. On the other side I fell over, so I won't show you that because you'll be getting 250 quid from UB Frame for it. So I'll try and show again on this side what I did. So after knocking the tabs out, there we go. Yeah, the other side straight on the floor. But yeah, that's the drive shaft nuts done. I like to do that first before I take anything else off, because then it just means that you haven't got to try and counter hold everything. I'll have to get a hub press on there to get them out of the stub axle, because yeah, they'll just be seized in like mad. They always do. So yeah, that's the nuts off there now, and then we'll drive them through with the press after. What I'll do now is I'll take a look at getting the nuts for the drive shafts out, or the bolts, sorry, from the drive shafts out of the diff, and then look at getting the diff out just to get some weight off the subframe so it's easier to manhandle around, because it's a big old heavy lump when it's together. So I'll start getting these drive shaft nuts undone now. So I've left the a screwdriver in the brake disc so it'll hold it, and then it's just a case of cracking them off. They rust this side of the output flange, so they can be quite tight to pull through. So I'm just going to go around and get them all out of the way. Okay, so that was all the drive shaft bolts out, and then all the diff bolts out, so hopefully now should be able to just lift this off. There we go, that's the diff out of the way, and we can put it to one side for now. Now what I'll look at doing is getting all the discs off, calipers off, and then ready to start. Apologies. Discs off, calipers off, and ready to start pressing the drive shafts out. So I'll get all the kit together now and make a start on that. Okay, so as you saw, I got all the brake disc off and all the handbrake assembly. The backing shield is quite bent now. The disc was a nightmare to get off because I think the handbrake pins had come off, so it all just expanded, and yeah, I just couldn't get it out. So now we've obviously got the drive shaft nut off before. Sometimes these will knock out. 90% of the time nowadays they just don't, because they've been in there 25 years now. So what I use is this 15 ton, well 11 ton actually, puller. You could do with 3 sets of hands really. So I'd actually put the arms onto the puller the wrong way around. They're longer this way than that way, so I've swapped them round. Now it's just a case of getting it all into a position. It will support its own weight once it's under tension. Okay, so that is supporting its own weight now. Don't want to touch it too much. There's only 50mm travel on the press, so yeah, you just need to have a socket in between, and then it's just a case of pumping it out. It might go with a pop. There we go. And it's just a case of pushing it all the way out. There we go. Should just be able to tap it out. There we go, that's popped now. That's one drive shaft removed. I've tried smashing them out with hammers before, and in the process destroying my own hands by hitting it with a lump hammer, which wasn't very fun, trying to hold a chisel in place. So yeah, buying that, it's just a cheap one off eBay or Amazon, and yeah, that's the best way I've found to get them out. Just grip it round the flange, push it straight through. This will same on E60, very similar hub setup, so yeah, just it's the only way I've found to work. So what I'll do now is I'll get the wheel bearing pulled off and we can just get this side fully apart. Okay, so you've just seen I've taken all the bolts out from the back. I just cut the handbrake cable off there, because I've got replacements anyway. I tried to get it out with a set of mole grips, but it's not coming out, so use a different plan of attack. So just, that's the wheel bearing off. Old cylinder head bolt. Definitely in there good and proper. There we go, that's the handbrake cable out. Okay, so now there's just the handbrake dust shield to pull off. When I was tapping the handbrake cable out, I removed the little bridge that sits up there, just 216 mils, just gave me better access to get in there, save damaging anything. So yeah, just pull this heat shield off and then I'll be able to get decent access to the ABS sensor. But I think it's actually broken already. So I'll pull this off now. So when handbrakes do play up on these, basically the screws that quarter turn in there, the backs can rust out. That one started there. So yeah, that's the brake shields, and when they fail it just means the handbrake just locks on. So it looks as if the ABS sensor is cracked around the fitting. It must have rusted up and just popped the plastic. So I'll pull that out. You just want to make sure that your socket's definitely all the way in, because especially Allen keys, I feel like this is going to snap. There we go, got away with that one. You can get some WD-40 in the back of the hole there, but yeah, it's just quite tight. Yep, and now it's rounded off. Oh, why do they put Allen keys in? Mole grips it is. It looks like it's pulled a bit of the thread out the hub as well, so I'll probably end up running a tap through there. That's probably why it's so difficult to get out. With the ABS sensors, the best way I've found to do it, set of BMW grips out the boot, spare toolkit ones, and then if you just grip it and then wiggle back and forth, don't try and prise it off because it will just break if you wanted to keep the sensor, so just wiggle it. That's set to come now. They can be quite difficult to change when all the brake shields on, but obviously with it off you get a lot much better access. But yeah, there's no reason that it should be so stuck in there, but it's just aluminium corrosion off the hub. Just all the salt and rubbish off UK roads. Yeah, you can see just all the corrosion build up, and all inside the housing there's all got corrosion build up. So yeah, that sensor's scrap. It was broke anyway, but yeah, hopefully the other side comes out and everyone got to replace both of them. But now we've got the hub, and the next jobs we've got is these bolts here. So if I wanted to keep the arms, I'd persist with trying to get them off in one piece, but you can see all the boots are knackered on them, so we're replacing them. So I'm just going to get the grinder, cut straight through, and just pull them off. It just saves so much time. Obviously new arms come with new nuts anyway, I wouldn't want to reuse them. It's just much quicker. So I've cut them off now, as you saw. Unfortunately I did just nick the hub there, but when you cut them, if you cut down the face of the washer, you'll never end up damaging that face there, and it takes seconds, and look, that's off already. And same with that side, it just saves so much time, because if you look at the state of those threads, it'll take ages to wind them out. So what I'll do now is I'll get on undoing the integral link bolt there and the bottom bolt there, and then I should be able to pull that hub off. That's the hub off now. Depending on the year of manufacture of your car, so a pre-facelift car, sort of till mid 2000, sort of August, September, basically the hub is different on a pre-facelift. It's flat, and on a facelift one it's actually conical. So what I'll do is I'll insert I'll get another hub out that is conical, and we'll compare it and see the difference, because when you order your arms you need to make sure that you get the correct arms. So this has got a flat on there, not like a beveled edge. So I'll try and find an old arm as well that's beveled, and I can compare the two to make you all aware. So what I'll do now is pull off all the arms, get them out of the way, and then just get all the bits off the swing arm, the level sensor, and then just keep pulling all this apart, and then I'll do all the same again on the other side. This is the difference between a facelift and a pre-facelift hub. If you see there how it's chamfered, and then on the pre-facelift they're just flat. Apparently some 530D, I think it's pre-facelift 530 diesel, are the same as the M5 with the flat spot on there, and then all the rest of them have the conical on there. So yeah, just be careful, or strip your car down, see which one you've got before you order your arms. If you end up, sometimes you can take the conical bit off the old arms. If you do order flat-faced arms, you might be able to take the dome washer off and use it in there. But yeah, I just thought I'd give everyone a heads up on that, because it can catch people out when buying parts. Okay, so as you saw, the upper arm was a nightmare. I ended up cutting both sides. It turns within there, but it's just seized in. It's just dissimilar metals between the steel bolt and the aluminium bushing within the wishbone. So yeah, so that was a nightmare trying to get that out. This one came out easy, and then just took the drop link off and the xenon height level sensor. So what I'll do is I'll get the other side to the same position now, and then I'll come back and we can flip it over and we can look at getting the anti-roll bar off and the swing arms. So I'll get all that done and then I'll jump back to you. Okay, so I've stripped the other side down now, flipped it over, and what I'll do now is I'll take the anti-roll bar off and undo the bolts for the swing arm, and then it'll all be stripped down and then ready to clean up. I've cleaned everything down that we've took off, so we've got front and rear subframe, swing arms, hubs, anti-roll bars. I've also chipped all the loose rust off the under chassis braces. We've got the brake shields there, so all this is clean now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to send it off for some of it off for blasting and coating. I haven't decided 100% what yet, because the subframe's come up quite nice, but I might get it done anyway. I'll probably just push the bushes out before it goes for powder coat. But yeah, so that's all there, and I think I'm going to end this video here. It's a good stopping point. Everything's stripped down, and then I'll pick it back up once all the stuff's back from powder coating. I should have most of the bits. There's a few bolts here and there that I've had to cut that are going to need replacing, but a lot of the stuff I've already got, so it shouldn't be too long before all this can get built back up and back on the car. There's still a diff to look at, and I'll probably get on with that while all this stuff's away for powder coating. So yeah, thanks for watching the video. If you stayed on this long, it's been a long one, but yeah, jump in the comment section if you've got any questions on any of these bits, or any recommendations of makes of parts to use for rebuilding it. So if you've liked the video, give it a like, that'd be really helpful, and I'll see you on the next video.